YouTube. Welcome to the first, and hopefully many, in a series of 3D tips and tricks that I've either learned or taught myself since I've had my 3D printer the past 3 or 4 years. One of the things that I wanted to talk about first deals more with post-processing with 3D print. There are a number of products that are out there on the market, some expensive, some cheap, some not so good, some pretty good. This is based on a recipe that I kind of found probably 6 months to a year ago. Somebody had come up with an idea, and I modified it slightly, but not very much, because it actually is a really good recipe for creating a final clean and glossy look on a print, as well as being able to fill in imperfections. This item that I have in front of me, actually, I've already applied one layer of the application to it. And as you can see, there are very basic ingredients required for this. You have baby powder, or any basic white talc will do. This is just from a dollar store kind of thing. Elmer's white glue. I'm sure that most standard household white glues will probably do the job. Mod Podge. This is an extra glossy version that I got. There are a number of PVC glues and PVC base glues that are out there that would probably do the same. So again, you're going to do some experimenting with what's cheaper, and works well for you. And then this is an artist varnish gloss. It's just a polyurethane. It's clear. You could use, probably most lacquers would do the same kind of thing. Anything that's polyurethane is probably going to do it, because this is what helps give you the sealing for the final product when everything's, when you're mixing this recipe, it's pretty much even parts, with the exception of the water and possibly the baby powder. Now, the reason why those two tend to vary is because it's going to depend on what the final solution is that you want. If you're looking for something to be, just really thin and have a nice gloss to it, and you're not looking at necessarily having to fill in imperfections, then you're going to use a little bit more water until you get to a nice kind of a soupy, translucent white, kind of almost like a pearl kind of color. And if you're looking for something to be a little bit thicker, then obviously you're going to be adding more of the baby powder. The glues and the lacquer pretty much stay the same. And like I said, depending on the size of batch you want to make, all you have to do is just measure them out in roughly 2 tablespoons of each kind of thing for these components, for the glue, the Mod Podge, or the PVC glue, and the varnish or lacquer. These are your variables as far as thickness or thinness goes. So when you are applying it, you're going to apply it pretty much the same as you would be for anything that you're going to be using a resin or paints for, kind of stuff, right? So it'll go on the same way, and it'll take roughly about anywhere from 5 to about 15 minutes for it to dry. Sometimes it's quicker, depending how the thinner it is, the quicker it dries. You can put a heat lamp on it, or even just a regular incandescent light actually dries it pretty fast. Once it's dried, the beautiful thing about this product, and it's likely because of the baby powder as being one of the main components, it turns it kind of into like a transparent drywall putty. So what it allows it to do is that once you've completed your application and it's dry, then you're able to sand it to clean up even more imperfections. It's paintable. So with any type, I've done acrylics, oils, some various inks. I haven't tried watercolors on them yet. I suspect that probably wouldn't work as well. But definitely acrylic and oil paints will adhere to it perfectly. The glues and the combination of the baby powder create a really nice bonding agent, so that when you do paint, it does stay on. It doesn't tend to flake off after a period of time. Obviously, I've tried this only on PLA-based products. My primary filament that I tend to use on my printer, and I have the Wanhao Duplicator i3, tends to be a lot of standard PLAs, but there are some specialty PLAs that I use as well, and I'll be going through those in various videos as far as wood-based PLAs and some of the metal-based PLAs as well to see how well they work with this process. Once this has been completed, then there's a number of things that you can do to improve even further that are not expensive means or methods in order to improve the finish, of your product. So once it's dried and once you've painted it, then sometimes that there may be that extra step you want to take to give it a more gloss or whatever. So what you can do, there's two things you can do here. You can use the recipe again and give it a one or two coats. It will dry clear, so that it will give it a final glossy finish. The other option is using some of the other products that are out there, resin-based products and such. XDC makes one. There's a couple other companies. I have an alternate solution that I've come up with that I'll be showing in another video, which I find is extremely easy to use. It's not time-consuming at all, and it's relatively inexpensive. So it's nice because it will allow us to have a finished product that has a nice glossy finish and will look like a manufactured part. Okay? Thanks.